All right, welcome back to LAK Sports. And before we get started, I just want to do a quick shout out to my official sponsor, Two Water Brewing Company, right here in Corona, Ontario. Go ahead, go on down there. Great atmosphere, great people. They still got a lot of great stuff going on this summer, so check them out now. And today I got Matthew Hollow Point MacLean. Matt will be fighting at PFC 25 in Sarnia, Ontario at Lambton College on August 15th. He will be taking on Tyrell Campbell. So welcome back, Matthew, and thanks for taking the time.
Anytime.
So how are you feeling? And you just finished camp, so how was camp?
It was pretty good. I had to cut a few pounds. That was probably the hardest part about the fight camp, but we're getting there and I'm excited.
And what's your process of cutting weight? How did you find out like what worked for you?
I found to really shed the pounds, I did 3 to 5 days of fasting, and then I would eat, and then I'd do another 3 to 5 days, and then I just switched my whole diet. So
Mm-hmm. Now you're back after some time. How does it feel just to be back after being off for so long?
it feels pretty good. I took the time just to heal and get over my last fight. So now I'm back, and I'm excited to be back. So
Now, did you get injured in your last fight?
no, I had a headache a couple days after, but that was about it. But they just for concussion purposes, they gave me a 60-day suspension. So
Right. Right. Now, obviously, the fight didn't go your way with Ragnar at PFC 22. But what was the biggest thing that you learned after watching that fight again?
just kind of watched all my fights, not just specifically Ragnar, but I learned with that one just to sharpen my ground up a little bit more, and I kind of can grow from that. So that was just about it.
Hmm. Now, however, before then, you had back-to-back wins, and a lot of those fights, even though they went 3 rounds, you won those fights. What was the biggest thing that you learned when maybe a fight doesn't go according to game plan, but you still find a way to win?
Yeah, I just find if it's not going the way I want it to, just stay calm and keep pushing no matter what. I always find that if it doesn't get ended in the first round, then I get my second win by halfway through the second round, and I'm good to go. So
And now you have a new opponent that you get to focus on with Tyrell. What was the biggest thing? I know I'm not going to ask you to, uh, you know, share what your game plan is, but what was the biggest part of your camp that you wanted to really focus on? Was it the mental, physical, psychological?
I'd say a lot of mental. I'm gonna be pushing pretty hard, I think, because I
Mhm.
want to try and get a finish.
Well, and that kind of brings me to the next part. With Tyrell, he in a lot of his fights, he's really shown that he's a tough opponent. He's gone the distance quite a few times as well. Do you feel like this is the kind of opponent that will really push you to have to? He's an opponent that's really going to have to push you.
Yeah, I think he's gonna be a tough guy to overcome. I can almost guarantee with us both of us going at each other. He seems like a stand-up guy himself, so I think it'll probably be a good battle back and forth on the feet.
And he brings a lot of that experience. Is that the kind of opponent that you wanted to help push yourself as well?
Yeah, I'm always kind of looking to see where I can be pushed and see what I can and can't do. So just kind of going from there. It'll be an interesting opponent, that's for sure.
And I get the idea from you that I know that you're not ever looking for, you would never look at any opponent as an easy opponent, but do you believe that to get better is to push yourself against maybe bigger, like someone like Tyrell, bigger opponent, maybe more tougher opponent, and that's the only way to get better is to push yourself?
That's exactly it.
Mm-hmm.
I always show the guys that are getting in there respect, whether we like each other or not. So, um, but yeah, I find all the tougher guys, I don't want to go guys that I've already beaten because then I'm not learning. If I've already beaten you, unless somebody's pushing me, then yeah.
So for you, if you could envision how this fight will go, how do you kind of envision the win?
I'm gonna envision kind of, I think, a knockout. I want to get a knockout, something bad. So, but it might also end up being my first submission too.
Mm-hmm.
So,
But when you look at your opponent and looking at maybe some of his weaknesses, do you do you see where you may have the advantage?
Yeah, I think if it goes the distance, for if neither one of us can put each other out or submit each other, then I could see me getting the edge on the distance there. But
Hmm.
yeah, at the same time, I never know, right?
For sure. You're back in Sarnia again, the Sarnia area, Lambton area, and when anybody fights with a lot of their fans and family and friends around, there could be nerves or there could be more energy. So for you, is there more pressure or is it more extra energy that you'll have to learn to consume for this fight?
I definitely think there's going to be some pressure on my shoulders just because uh, I've lost my only two losses were in Sarnia, Ontario. So I just think with the pressure of that being hometown, it's going to give me a bit more pressure to make sure I go in there and get the job done.
And not to add any more pressure, but you're winning this fight for yourself. But I think you want to perform for the fans and the family and friends. So is that where the extra pressure really comes from?
I would think so. I'm always kind of trying to put the show on too for the fans. I don't, but at the same time, I want to make sure I get the job done.
Hmm. And this is another fight under the PFC banner. Do you feel now that you've kind of you've really established yourself in the PFC promotion uh, versus just being another guy on the card?
I would think so. I always enjoy putting it on and uh, taking my part with Jamie and Woody. So
Hmm.
I think they're pretty happy to have me back too.
Yeah, for sure. Now, just on a personal level, I wanted to ask you. I just wanted a little bit of fun. What's one thing that fans would be surprised to learn about you outside of the cage?
Oh, that'd be it's a tricky one. I just think how much more relaxed I am
Mhm.
as opposed to being in the cage, and how wiry I can get sometimes.
For sure. I mean, for you, you're outside of the cage for work. You have your own fishing business. Talk a little bit quickly about that. Like, what is it that you exactly do?
I set gill nets just out of Lake Huron here, and I mainly catch a lot of pickerel, salmon, trout, and yeah, pretty much anything that goes in them.
And like, what are the rules and regulations as part of your job? Are you allowed to only catch so many per day? And do you sell it to certain companies, or you just sell it to people individually?
Mainly, I just stick to smaller um, quotas there, and just whoever usually wants them, especially being down in Kettle Point. Um, I get a lot of the cottagers that come and moves it pretty quick.
Hmm.
So
And speaking of which, have you ever ate at Purdy's before? And if you have, what do you think about their fish and chips?
I ate at Purdy's before, and I think they're not bad. But again, that's competition, right?
That's
So
right. That's right. Now, another thing I've asked everybody, what's on your pre-fight playlist on Spotify right now?
be my walkout song, "Die Tonight" by Adam Calhoun and Ryan Upchurch.
So, like Austin, you just got to play it on repeat.
That's right.
Um, so that is going to be your walkout song for sure. You're not going to change it up again.
No, it's always been my song, and it's always been a song that people say fits me for when I'm fighting. So
Hmm. And for after the fight, we've been talking about food here, and I'm not going to ask you more food questions, but is what's on the menu after the fight?
oh, I'm gonna dummy a full cheesecake in one sitting. That's all that's all I can do.
Now everybody likes food, and I think a lot of people like cheesecake. So you got to be specific. Where is the place to get the cheesecake after a fight, no matter who you are?
I definitely say McPherson's in Port Franks. They got the freshest baked cheesecakes I've ever had. So
Nice. So you just gonna pick it up, have it ready, just right after the cage, win or lose? You're just gonna walk over and see it just sitting there ready for you.
oh yeah, that would be the first thing I go for.
And after that, like when you look at the rest of the year, we're talking about August 15th right now. I know that you're not looking past your opponent. You still have an opponent on Saturday, and after that, though, thinking you fought back in May, I believe. So when you look at the two fights you've had, I can't imagine you would love to have another fight, uh, maybe by the end of the year. So is that kind of what is that on the timetable for you?
Yeah, definitely. I'm always looking to fight, whether I win or lose. I'm gonna try and not get too beat up in this fight, so I can turn around and fight again September 26th in the London show. But again, I can't predict what's gonna happen, so we're just gonna focus on this guy and get once this fight's over with, then I'll think about when I'm gonna fight next.
And why should fans tune into this? Why should Sarnia fans tune into this event on August 15th?
I would like to think because a lot of the Sarnia guys like Austin, Hudson, Lenny, obviously defending his title, me, we're all putting on an action-packed card here with a lot of good fighters on it. So it'd be one I would love to think that people wouldn't want to miss.
Absolutely, and I'm going to be there. It's going to be another great card for Sarnia. For you, do you have any shows or sponsors you like to give out?
Yeah, I'd like to shout out to 44 Variety, and well, I can't really shout out my own business, but they'll see it on my shirt. Mandoka Carpentry and Mellon's Tree Service.
Excellent. And what's your one message, just to the rest of the division after this?
Look out, because I'll be coming.
Excellent, Matt. Well, I appreciate you taking the time as always. It's always a pleasure chatting with you. Good luck on August 15th.
Thank you.